Welcome to Rewrite Your Reality with Reese. I am your host, and today gonna go through the buzzwords of reality creation. You hear this stuff all the time. We spit them out all the time, and most of the time you have no idea what they're talking about or what they mean. We just throw them out there, right? We get so afraid of these words. We try to understand them, we try to use them, and we use three-dimensional logic to express them and explain them. What am I talking about? Attachment, detachment, alignment, letting go, surrender. Right? Those wonderful words. What the hell do they mean? And awareness, which is the main one, which they all fall under. So, mechanics of identity, right? The confusion around attachment and detachment. People always throw these phrases around, but you don't really understand them. Don't be attached to your desire. They repeat it like a mantra, but almost nobody explains what it means because I don't actually think they know. When you try to detach, rather, right, just so your desire comes faster, you've actually looped back into attachment now because now you're gripping tighter than ever, just in disguise. So, what does attachment and detachment really mean? See how you're attached to your hand. Just like how you're attached to your desires, but you don't necessarily identify with being your hand, do you? No, you don't. Just like how you don't need to identify being any specific version of yourself that you are experiencing in the three-dimensional moment of now. Right? And you don't need to try to detach to them either, because when you just choose again, you do both. You realize I'm not attached and you detach. Because you just chose again. The fact that you are enabling you are enacting your own free will means you know you're not attached to anything, and by choosing again, you automatically detach. So you don't actually have to focus on either. Attachment is simply wanting something, right? Sorry, attachment isn't simply wanting something. That makes more sense. Attachment isn't simply wanting something. It's living from the identity that doesn't have it. Like, say I want a black pen in my hand. I can want a black pen in my hand all I want, but if I keep living from the identity from that has a red pen in my hand, I will never experience having a black pen in my hand, right? But if I just say no, I get to choose again, and I choose to have a black pen in my hand, that's exactly what starts to unfold in that moment. I am the version of myself having a black pen. It doesn't invalidate this one. This one doesn't have any bearing as to that existing. Right? In fact, they can exist simultaneously. In fact, they do exist simultaneously. We experience them linearly, but if you had a rejection letter and an acceptance letter, you will now see that these two things exist simultaneously. Otherwise, how could you have them in your hand together? We experience them linearly because we are linear beings, but we can experience them we know that they exist simultaneously. Right? Whether we experience sequentially, we know simultaneous because we can experience both at the same time and we can be aware of them at the same time. Right? So the trap is identifying as the rejected one, the one that has the red pen, the one that has the rejection letter. You don't identify with it. You don't have to do anything with it. I could not force myself to detach from having this red pen in my hand. I can only choose again to have the black one, and when I do that immediately, it unfolds. I have to actually consciously choose to have both in my hand because that's another reality altogether, right? So when you try to undo it, convince them to change their mind or argue against it, you're still living as that identity. The harder you fight against being rejected, the more you confirm yourself that you are the one that is rejected. Trying to change reality from the inside, the rejected identity, is exactly what attachment looks like. It's like I am this person. I need to fix it and I need to change it. I need to detach from it. From inside, how? I'm trying to open a locked door from inside the room. You're trying to open a locked door from inside the room you're locked in. Why? But you're not actually locked in as a consciousness. The identity stays there. It doesn't leave. It can't leave. It can't exist outside the room. So detachment is identity freedom, right? So detaching doesn't mean stop wanting. It doesn't mean you have to try and make it happen. It just means you are no longer identifying with the versions and the events of what's going on around you. It's because you realize it's not the whole you. The whole you is everything, and that's holding everything simultaneously, right? Okay, I experienced a version of myself who got rejected. That version exists, fine, whoop-de-doo, right? But there's no, there's also a version of me who was accepted. That exists too, and I choose to live from that identity right now, assuming reality is going to just rearrange from the very moment that I decided, well, God, my father heard me before I started speaking, and he will continue listening long after I have started, right? You're not trying to delete the rejection letter. I'm not trying to delete the red pen. I'm not fighting that I have against the red pen that I have. I'm not gonna throw it away just so I can get this one, right? And even if I throw it away, it's still going to exist over there, right? You're just no longer living from the version of yourself who received it. That's detachment. That's surrender. In fact, allowing what was that's surrendering in a way, like you're surrendering. I am living as this version. I'm surrendering what the circumstances are to you. They have nothing to do with me. I am who I say. Allowing what was to stay where it is, right? While you consciously assume another self. So the space-time illusion, but the rejection letter is still here. It still exists. It's still in my room. It's still in my pocket, or whatever, right? It's still in my cupboard. It's still in my desk. It doesn't matter. It's just a prop in space. It's just a prop in space-time. It doesn't mean anything, right? It doesn't define you. This does not define you. Say you define what reality is by holding this, by saying, I am now aware of a version of me holding a rejection letter. I'm accepting the reality where I am rejected as an experience. I am accepting reality I am accepting reality where I am experiencing rejection, not identifying with rejection, but knowing that it's all happening within me, right? I had to close my eyes there and get that one out just to see it properly. So it doesn't define you, and evidence of such is basically looking backward, right? This is happening behind us already, right? Identity is forward looking. What is the new thing I can be aware of being as a choice? And I can only be aware of a new thing as a choice if it already exists now. So like a script, right? Like a script or a movie. The script is already written. The movie is already written. It's already shot. It's already distributed. It's already been seen. You've already watched it. You can't speed it up or force it to show you the ending right now. And even if you did that with a real movie, you're changing the experience of it. If you fast forward a movie to the point where it just gets to the ending within moments, you don't experience anything. You just have images of what happened. You don't experience the movie, which is what you are actually here to do. So what you can do is choose another character you identify with. If you are the accepted version, then every frame unfolding is simply the route that character takes to the experience of holding the black pen in one's hand, or rather experiencing of your desired end, right? So the alignment trap, this is a fun one, right? People love this word. People say this all the time. I have not watched a video where someone actually talks about alignment, so I'm only going on what people have asked me about alignment. It does sound like no one knows what alignment means. You just need to align. Align with what? With what? With your desired end. How could you not be aligned with your desired end? But you aren't experiencing it. That doesn't mean you aren't aligned with it. That doesn't actually mean that you just made up a story that because you aren't experiencing your desired end in this very physical moment, you aren't aligned with it. That's not true. Because you are God. That's the entire premise of what manifesting your own reality means. You are the center of reality yourself. And if you are God and you are everything, how the hell can you not be aligned with everything? It makes no sense now, does it? So it can't be about alignment. You are aligned with everything. You are aligned with everything because you can imagine anything. So you must already be aligned with whatever it is you are imagining. Makes sense, right? Logically. God can't be misaligned. Right? God isn't a car going for its yearly checkup. It's you. It's everything. Everything is aligned. Even the table, which is crooked, is aligned with the reality where it is crooked. People don't get that. Right? Something isn't off center. It's just a reality where you're experiencing it not in the center. That reality is aligned to what it's being, and it's perfectly being off center. If you desire a reality where it is centered, imagine that, and it unfolds into it being centered. So I am aware of this version of reality. I'm aware of this world I'm imagining right now. I'm aware that this chosen identity is the one I prefer to live from. So it can't be about alignment, it must only ever be about awareness. That's it, nothing to align with. Only what you are aware of. Because awareness is, in fact, creation. Right? What you are aware of being, what you are focused on, what you are experiencing within is you creating it within, and thus subsequently within your own awareness. And because three-dimensional reality is within your own awareness, that's what your reality is. Just let go of letting go. And here's this other thing people love to say, like it's a motto for some reason, but no one knows what to do or how to do it. People just say let go. Let go of what? No idea, right? You don't even know what you're holding on to because you keep recreating what you think you are being in the moment, right? That's why the phrase is empty. It becomes another trap. So instead, stop saying or stop trying to let go. In fact, just choose again from everything that you are holding and realize you are holding everything. So you don't actually have to hold on to any idea. They just one with you anyway. You can't hold on to your hair on your head. It's one with you. Right? Just because you go have a haircut doesn't mean you have to hold on to it. Right? Just choose again. Truly, it is as simple as that. You can't hold on to anything. You can only experience gripping onto something that you don't want to change. Allow everything in your reality to change completely into the version that you now desire it to be. That's the pearl of great price. If scripture and never God are combined there. So the real key, right, attachment, is trying to change reality from the inside. Basically, I'm in an inside room and I'm trying to open the door from the outside and leave. You can't do it. That identity stays in that room. It doesn't leave. You can change what the room looks like from the inside, but it's still the same room. It doesn't matter. Detachment is stepping out of that role by realizing you don't actually step out as that identity out the door. You move as a consciousness to another room where what you want is already happening. And be that identity right then and there. I am who I say I am. Now I am this room. I am in this room. I am who I say I am. My father's house has many mansions. I am shifting my viewpoint to one of the mansions in my father's house. Alignment is unnecessary, right? It's impossible. You can't be misaligned. You are reality. Misaligned to what? There's nothing outside of you. There's only you as source. There's only awareness. There's only you. There's only you. There's only you. Not waiting, not bargaining, not forcing, just assuming that this is who I am now. So walk in the faith of yourself. Someone asked, I don't know anybody who manifested anything. So what? Do you want to be a pioneer of your life? Or do you want to walk in the footsteps of someone else living your dream life first and then realizing, hey, it's safe now, I can do it too? Doesn't really make sense when you put it that way, right? So walk in the faith of yourself, not someone else, not something else, not even evidence. Just be yourself. Be your own evidence of who you desire to be. Like, I am that identity. I am the only person that can live as that identity, and everything is going to revolve and is revolving and is changing around me. I am who I say I am. Voila! All those words done. Surrender is basically surrendering after you have imagined who you say you are. After you are saying, no, this is who I am. You're surrendering that idea completely, that I have made a choice as to who I am now. And I'm letting my higher self unfold it for me. I'm going to get into this in another video, but just for this last part here, when you surrender to your higher self, we often ask or wonder why or how or when it's going to happen or when it's unfolding. You are that identity now, and the reason your higher self will unfold it for you is because it's the only way your higher self can actually experience what it is you have chosen. It may have all the frames of reality that comprise of your desired end, but it can't experience that reality. It's not physically focused. It's everything focused. You have to be physically focused to experience the reality itself. It's kind of like this. If you think about Spotify itself on Netflix or YouTube can't experience the videos that are on Spotify, Netflix, and YouTube. They're just there as data. It knows what it is. It knows which one you want to watch, and it presents it for you when you click on it. But it itself can't listen to it, can't see it or hear it, and can't experience the movies itself. Those things can't do it. But they're not there to do it. They're only there to present it. It experiences itself via you, right? You are the experiencing of anything. So just I'll get into that in another video, because this is getting a bit long and veering off the point. So when you surrender, it's doing that for you. It's unfolding your video, your song, your movie, whatever. That's what surrender is. You're surrendering to the source that you were one with, unfolding the source of that which you have called now, right? As the source of it. Whew. I am your host, Reese. That was a mouthful. That's from Rewrite Your Reality with Reese. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for the lovely comments in the past few days. Much love, much light. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, following, all of the fun words that involve content creation in every form. Facebook group available if you want to join and check out things there. If you're from there, hello as well. Thank you for joining. You can post things, you can ask questions, you can answer questions, you can post your own insights, you can deepen everyone else's awareness, including your own, by answering and asking questions, because that's how it works. TikTok page available if you want to join and see other forms of content there. Email is in the description box below. Please feel free to email me with personal matters if you want to do that, or talk about reality creation, anything you like. That being said, much love, much light, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.